So I'm doing this on the 28th, and well, yesterday, and unfortunately, we all got the news. I think a lot of us who have been connected or worked around sort of the media industry have been dreading since it was brought up a few days ago. Channel 4 is now being put up for sale. And this is so worrying because, and even more, there's such a good argument for them not doing this because it dints once again the government's very own idea that they can level places up. Because what's just happened in Leeds? Channel 4 has set up a brand new northern hub that has established hundreds of thousands of jobs, not only just in that Channel 4 new building that they've got, but in and around Channel 4 as well. I've said before, there's about 100 and I think it's 197 different independent studios, businesses that have relied on Channel 4 operating the current way it does for them to survive. And this is one of these things where once it's gone, it might be next to impossible to get Channel 4 back. And also we have to worry about the fact that whoever buys Channel 4 may have a lot of control over what Channel 4 does. As I've said before, the big thing for, selling off the BBC, the big prize for people like Rupert Murdoch, it's not it's not just buying it to make money. It's the power and influence that the BBC brand has, not just here in the UK, but around the world. And it's the same for Channel 4. Channel 4, over the past number of decades, since its inception, has been doing some of the best reporting ever. You can look at Dispatches. It's sort of news-focused documentary program where it focuses on like one particular issue. Some of those Dispatches programs have done such fantastic reporting and talking about individual problems at play currently in the UK. They've been fantastic. What happens to that in a post public ownership Channel 4? We don't know. We really just don't know. But this is really bad news, and I can't help but unfortunately be really, really disappointed in the direction that this has gone. Hopefully, the plan is that this doesn't go through. The hope is that there's a rebellion in the Commons, that this is stopped. If it goes to the House, that the Lords just say, no, we're batting it back. But we have to start raising the alarm bells now. If there is a petition out there, someone, let me know. Let's, keep Channel 4 the way it is, because Channel 4 is doing a damn good job as it is doing at the moment. There is no reason to sell off Channel 4 except for essentially trying to get revenge over, the coverage it has given some of the, Tory party, essentially. So let's go diving into this article. But before we do that, please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page, one donation link, and of course, the YouTube subscription button is down there below as well. So this comes from, not unfortunately, but this comes from The Guardian with this very unfortunate news. So, Channel 4 privatisation to begin amid criticisms from both MPs and industry. Ministers will formally start the process of privatising Channel 4 on Thursday. Despite the widespread opposition from the British media industry, the broadcaster's current management, and the large number of Conservative MPs. The government insists that the publicly owned channel needs to be sold off, but there are doubts over whether they will actually have the political support required to pass the necessary legislation. Ministers will also finally publish the conclusions of a 16,000-strong public consultation on the sale, with most comments expected to be against the privatisation. The announcement will be made as part of a wide range of legislative measures that will change the British media industry, including proposals to require that broadcasters make, quote, distinctively British programmes rather than show the, quote, set in non-specific locations with an international cast commenting on, communicating in US English. Among the other new policies due to be confirmed in Parliament on Thursday are a series of reforms designed to boost the UK's public service broadcasters, which consist of the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, and SCV4. The law on televising the, quote, crown jewel sporting events could also be changed to cover streaming platforms. This could ensure that Britons can watch all Olympics events for free, potentially undoing the recent rights deals with the US media company Discovery, which reduced the BBC's coverage and forced viewers to pay if they wanted to watch streams of all the events. Other measures which will be detailed in the full white paper on Thursday include this: regulating the consent of streaming services such as Netflix or Amazon Prime Video, and giving the public the ability to complain about offensive or inaccurate programs in the same way that they can already complain about programs on broadcast television, and failure to comply could result in a service being fined up to 5% of its revenue. Legally requiring television manufacturers to prominently feature British public service broadcasters on their home screens as smart TVs, relaxing the rules on how broadcasters can meet their public service obligations, rather sort of enabling them to try and, quote, fulfill the requirements by putting shows on more obscure channels. And although public service television broadcasters broadly welcome these proposals, the British radio industry complained the government had ignored their pleas to force smart speaker devices such as Amazon's Alexa to be forced to require to carry their services. By far, the biggest announcement on this decision is the push ahead with the privatisation of Channel 4. It operates as a publicly owned outlet that carries advertising, and is required to reinvest all its profits into new programming rather than hand over that money to shareholders. Again, that is how it currently works. That is how it currently works. And that is a good platform. It's proved for years it can work. Channel 4 is profitable. There is no reason to sell it off. But again, this is part of the revenge plot of, I don't know, Nadine Dorries or Boris Johnson or whoever is behind this crazy nonsense. At the moment, the broadcaster has an unusual business model devised by Margaret Thatcher's government, which again requires it to commission all of its shows from independent businesses, something the government proposes to rip up as part of its reforms. On Wednesday, the Culture Minister, Julia Lopez of the House of Commons, said that the government had concluded that Channel 4 needs private ownership in order to survive, even though almost all the entire British media industry is publicly opposed to the plan. Again, it does not need to be privatized to survive. It is surviving very, very well at the moment. She has also faced strong opposition from her own party MPs over the proposal, which many are concerned about the potential job losses in their constituencies if a new owner prioritized profits over giving shows to smaller independent producers. At least I'm glad about that. Like I say, we can only hope that there is a rebellion over this in the Commons, and this is just killed instantly. Sir Peter Bromley, the Father of the House of Commons, said on Wednesday that Channel 4 is in the best state it has ever been creatively and financially for decades. The Tory MP suggested that ministers have been offended by some of its news coverage, such as replacing Boris Johnson with a melting ice sculpture in the climate breakdown debate, and had added that the government could do its best, could do its best by leaving it alone. Damien Green, another Tory minister, expressed profound skepticism about the government's privatisation plans and said that the media industry was united in saying that Channel 4 isn't broken and doesn't need fixing in this way. Again, I ultimately agree. Channel 4 is not broken. It does not need fixing. It is a fantastic Again, publicly owned, but again, the way it has to do it, get all the advertising in, reinvesting it into new shows that would never exist anywhere else. It works. It is at its best. Channel 4 is at its best creatively than it has ever been in certainly its entire lifetime. So why are they doing this? The simple answer, I think it's for revenge. I can't think of any other reason really. But unfortunately, we have to worry, because this could be an example for the BBC. Because if Channel 4 gets sold off, no doubt the Conservatives will hail this as a wonderfulness of private enterprise. And why can't the BBC be exactly the same? I think that is really the plan behind this. If they can somehow prove to other Conservative MPs that the privatisation of Channel 4 has been, a success, rather than what it's probably going to be, an absolute failure and lead to hundreds of job losses, not only just in Channel 4 itself, but around all sorts of independent media companies all around, up and down the UK, then the BBC could very well be next for this particular government. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to hit that like, share, subscribe button on your way out. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a one-off donation link called Buy Me Coffee. We can, buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.